Message from Sunnah followers. This is from Sheikh Saleh. We need to unite. Sisters, wear your hijab. Wear your beards. Be proud of your beards. Stay home, stay in your home. Stand up, unite, and stand for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
That's right, Saleh. We all should stand up in solidarity, not transgressing the limits of Allah, but standing together with patience and understanding. This is Sunnah followers.
With dignity, humility, and balance.
If you want to learn about how to balance and maintain your faith every day, you need to be here at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, being taught by Sis Laila Nasheeba, streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnah followers. Hope to see you there, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Yusuf and this is Ayub. And if you are benefiting like we are from the classes and the ongoing programming and tuning into the Sunnah followers, please donate. Let this be an ongoing sadaqah jariyah on your behalf. You're helping the kids, the converts, and everyone seeking knowledge. And it's a wealth of information every day you tune in. Don't forget, you are being rewarded for your generous donations to keep this programming on air. You know, just like what you're hearing, put your dollar where the dollar's at. Right here on Sunnah Followers. Don't forget, donate. Right here to Sunnah Followers and dollars alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Listen, we are in dire need of donations to keep these shows running and available for you 24/7. So that means when you're in the car, it's available for you to listen to. Whether you're at work, streaming, playing a game, it's available for you to listen to. Rowing your deen and learning about the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful different topics of Islam. Listen, one of the heaviest deeds that could be placed on your scale on the Day of Judgment is sadaqah jariyah. Yes, I know, I'm trying to build deeds daily. So you can too. So listen, feel free and please, from the bottom of your heart, donate to this wonderful cause, wonderful website and platform to continually push out shows that will benefit you and the Muslim Ummah. Yes, you can donate by going to the sunnahfollowers.net website, pressing the donate tab. You can also scan the QR code in YouTube on the far left top of our videos that are streaming. Listen guys, this is very important and take this as important. We want to keep this programming available for you 24/7 so that you have access in your car, anywhere you choose to tune in to this wonderful programming. Yes, guys, it's all at your disposal. So listen, feel free to donate. Once again, remember, sadaqah jariyah, one of the heaviest deeds on your scale on the Day of Judgment.
Ask Sis Laila, ask Sis Laila, ask Sis Laila, weekly for the happy hour. Ask Sis Laila, ask Sis Laila, invite your friends and family, make it cozy. Ask Sis Laila.
Join us every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern for the Ask Sis Laila live call-in and answer show. Please join Ustada Laila Nasheeba. If you have any questions in regards to this theme, call in at 862-370-2838. Now streaming on various platforms right here on Sunnah Followers.
Call in.
And by the way, what do you get in the fierce today? Let's talk about it. Any other questions?
This is gonna be good.
Welcome to Ask Sister Laila Live.
And by the way, what do you get in the fierce today? Let's talk about it.
Wait a minute.
Time for the Ask Sis Laila live show.
This is
Lines
gonna
are
be
now
good.
open.
370-2838.
Okay. Ina alhamdulillah. Wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Ask Sister Laila live show. And this is where you can call in and ask yours, where you can come here and ask your questions about Islam. And all you have to do is just type your questions on the screen. I am streaming simultaneously to most major platforms here. I am streaming live and simultaneously on Facebook. I am streaming live and simultaneously on YouTube. I am streaming also on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Rumble, also on Kick, on Twitch, and also on Instagram. So for those of you who are on Instagram too, there was a technical problem before with Instagram, but now you should be able to see me live on Instagram. But the problem on Instagram is I cannot see your questions there because Instagram still has not fixed it, whereas I can see whatever you guys are typing there. So if you have a question on Instagram, you're going to have to also either join YouTube to type your question there so I can see. Or you can also join our Zoom room. If you would like to type your question here on Zoom, you can come to my Zoom room. Let me put that in here. Let me write my name here and put that. Let me type that. The Zoom room is www.sunnafollowers.net. You can go to our website at www.sunnafollowers.net. That'll bring you directly into our Zoom room, and you can use the microphone to get on the mic to ask me your question there, or you can type it on the screen. And I think, is Sister Fame here today, AY?
Yes.
Okay.
I see her name. Hopefully she can.
Okay, or you can type your question in the Zoom room and Sister Fame can read it to me. Don't try to private message me in Zoom because I'm not streaming there. I can't see you in there. I'm only looking at everyone through my camera on my streaming platform. So you have to type it publicly so that the sisters there can read it to me. Or you can go to the website at sunnafollowers.net. There's a chat box that opens up. You can type your question there and it'll go to Mina. I think, Mina, you get the questions when they type there, right? Everything comes to you when they type in that chat box, right, Mina? Is Mina here? I didn't even ask if Mina was here. But I think when you type there, it goes to Mina and she'll be able to read it to me, or it'll go to our WhatsApp group or something. It'll go somewhere where Mina can see it. I can't remember. Or you can also type in our WhatsApp group. We do have a WhatsApp group. You can type your questions there and I can see it in the WhatsApp group. So that's how you can get your questions asked and answered here at Sunnah Followers. Yeah, so if they type in that chat box, it'll go to you, right, Mina? You'll get to see it, right? In that chat box. And Sunnah Followers at the in Wix, right?
It's not here yet.
Yeah, she's there. She's on YouTube. You'll see it, right, Mina? Yeah. Well, I think she does. It goes to her. So if you guys go to sunnafollowers.net, and send and type in the chat box, it'll go to Mina and she can read it too. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's how you can get your questions answered. And also, guys, tonight's Q&A is a special Q&A because it was requested by Brother Adam. And by the way, it was requested. Hold on for a second. Let me take this right quick. Assalamu alaikum. Oh, let me call you back. I'm doing my Islam Q&A show. I was just calling to just give salams to you earlier anyway. That's all. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I'll talk to you later. Yeah, I'm doing my class. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. Yeah. So also guys, tonight's Q&A is a special request from Brother Adam. It's going to focus in on the names of Allah, because remember last week, and I want to put that on this week's too. Let me make that same offer. Let me log in to YouTube. Give me a second here. What I'm going to do is type this. I think it's not too late where I can put this on the YouTube box for everyone. Let's see if I can do this. See if I can do this. I'm going to see if I can set it. Whereas if I can get 5 super chats. No, I don't even want it. I don't want to do the 5 super chats because we need the money like ASAP. If I can get 5 donations for $50 by the end of tonight's Q&A, if you would donate, if I can get donations, $50 donations tonight, if you donate $50 to our website, I will make the next Q&A show, whatever topic that you decide. It'll be based on whatever topic that you want. Okay, like I'm going to do tonight's Q&A is going to be based on the topic that Brother Adam came up with, which are the names of Allah. And then next week's Q&A is going to be the topic that Sister Mina came up with. And then the week after is the topic that Sister and Pamela came up with. So if you make a $50 donation for this website tonight, then you will be able to set the Q&A topic for the week after that. All right. So just to let you guys know. And so before I get to the topic of the names of Allah, I do want to answer the questions that Sister Lotus have set here for tonight. And let's look at the first question that we have here from Sister Lotus. Sister Lotus says, she said, I saw your talk on the charity box on tonight's video. I agree we should avoid curse words and eventually eradicate the usage of them. She said, if I have co-workers at a grocery store that are from the LGBTQ, should I just do work duties and treat them as I would as with any other employee? And once I clock out, I don't associate with them? Exactly. Remember, we talked today about how as Muslims, when we take our shahada, when we declare la ilaha illallah, part of that declaration is that our allegiance is only to Allah, to the Prophet Muhammad, and to the Muslims. What does that mean? That means that we disassociate with anyone or anything that contradicts our belief system and our lifestyle. As you guys know, as Muslims, we have nothing to do with LGBTQ. Allah destroyed a whole nation of people. He destroyed, you guys know the story of Prophet Lot and the people of Sodom. So this is one of the 10 commandments. This is a major sin in Islam. We have nothing to do with LGBTQ. That doesn't mean that we go around hurting people. That doesn't mean that we go around harming people. But what it means is that, for example, you work with people who choose that lifestyle. That means when your job is over and you punch out, you go home, you go your way, and they go theirs. Lakum dinukum waliya din. That's part of our belief system. To them be their way, and to us be ours. So that means you do not associate with them off the job, Sister Lotus. You go to work, you perform your work duties with them because you have no choice but to work with them. You treat them as you would any other co-worker because you have to work with them. But once you clock out, lakum dinukum waliya din. You go home to your lifestyle and you disassociate from them and theirs. You don't hang out with them. You don't party with them. You don't have nothing to do with them outside of the job. Do you understand, Lotus? Because that's what el wala wal bara entails. We distance ourselves from any and everything that comes between our belief system and our way of life. Does everyone understand that? Okay, also Sister Lotus has a question here. How do you reject touching a man who is not a mahram to you? It's real easy. You just say, I don't let men touch me who are not mahrams to me. You just don't do it. Okay, you're a Muslim woman. Okay, if you're at work and a man wants to shake your hands, you say, oh, thank you, but I don't shake hands. Real easy. If a man wants to kiss you, excuse me, I don't kiss, I don't hug. If a man wants to touch your private parts, no, I don't do that either. If a man asks for your phone number and want to go out to dinner, no, I don't do that. It's real easy. You just say no. That's it. Saying no is good. Real easy. You just say no. And that's a shame that we live in the time in which women have to feel guilty about just saying no. You say no to sex. You say no to drugs. You say no to alcohol. You say no to touching. No to kissing. No to shaking hands. It's just plain no. I just retired from working. I worked 36 years as a professional, as a paralegal, as a union rep. Everybody knows Laila don't shake hands. Oh, I don't shake hands, but it's nice to meet you. They respect you for that. I don't date. No, I don't date. No, I don't drink. No, I don't smoke. No, I don't interact. No, I don't party. No. You'd be surprised how people respect you when they find out that you're a person that says no. Okay? You just say no. Everybody understand that? It's not hard. Okay? Next question. Since Adam and Eve did not have parents, did they have belly buttons? Okay, Allah is the creator. And Allah created all of us the way He created us. And the way we're created is the way He created us. You don't have to have a parent to have a belly button. Okay? The way we look is the way Allah created Adam and Eve to look. This is how we look. And Allah knows best. Okay? Next question. How do I explain Quran verse 434 to someone who is misguided or ignorant about it? Read it, Sister Lotus, to me. I don't know. Can you read it to me? Read verse Surah 4:34 to me, somebody, because I don't have it on my screen. And I want you guys to understand, you don't have to, first of all, before I answer this question, well, somebody, Fame, look up that surah and that verse and read it. First of all, I want you guys to understand it's not your job to explain anything to anyone unless it's your children. Remember, we talked about that today. Save your soul and your family. Sister Lotus, if you're a new Shahada, what makes you think that it's your job to explain anything to anyone except yourself and your children? What makes you think that it's your job to explain anything to anyone? If you don't know the answer, the best thing to say is, I don't know. If you don't understand something, just say, I don't know. Tell them to go ask the imam of the mosque. Real easy. Because most Muslims today don't understand this religion correctly. So if you don't understand the Quran, which most Muslims don't, because most Muslims today don't know the Hadith. And the Prophet Muhammad said you will never understand the Quran until you learn the Hadith. Okay? If you don't understand the Quran, just say, I don't know, and tell them to go ask the people of knowledge who do know. Just say, I don't know, but why don't you go ask the imam of the mosque? Real easy. Just say, I don't know. Okay? You understand, Sister Lotus? So if it's something about this religion, whether it's a verse of the Quran or a hadith that you don't understand, just say, I don't know. And tell them to go ask the people who do know, rather than you telling them the wrong information and it ends up causing you, when your faith is not strong yet in your heart, to end up becoming confused and doubtful about something. You understand, Sister Lotus? Just say, I don't know, and tell them to go ask the people who do know. Okay? Yeah, any other questions? Let's see. Sister Pearl said, I heard that if the food is hot, you can't blow it. Is there anything in the hadith that states this? And this is a good question because, again, there's a lot of things that people say about this religion that is not true. Remember, guys, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the lawful and the unlawful have been clearly defined by Allah. If ever somebody tells you that something is haram or there's something that you cannot do, they should be able to say it and then give you the clear proof. So if someone tells you that if the food is hot, it's haram to blow on it, they should give you the verse from the Quran where Allah says, thou shalt not blow on your food. Or they should give you the clear hadith where the Prophet said you cannot blow on your food. There is no verse in the Quran where Allah says it's forbidden to blow on food. And there is no, I repeat, there is no hadith on this planet that the Prophet says we cannot blow on our food if it's hot. So whoever told you that, tell them either bring the evidence or be careful, because anyone who lies on Allah, the Prophet Muhammad said, will take their seat in hell. And how do we lie on Allah? By saying that Allah said something is haram when he did not say it's haram. And Allah knows best. Okay? So no, there is nothing that says that. Okay? All right, let's see what else we have here. Brother in the Bigo, did you have a question? Go ahead. Somebody in Bigo was talking. You had a question about Islam? Go ahead. Did they have a question in Bigo, Mina?
I didn't hear no one.
I heard his mic just came on, I think by accident.
Oh, okay. Okay, Sister Pearl, she said, here's another question from Pearl. She says, how do I overcome shyness and overthinking at work? I do a lot of presenting in front of team and leading meetings. I want to be confident and the best. How would the female companions deal with it? Well, first of all, the female companions didn't work. So they didn't deal with that. Remember, guys, this is something that women are doing today, okay, that our female companions didn't do, because women today are trying to reverse the roles of men. And by the way, that's one of the signs of the last hour. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said one of the signs of the last hour is the roles of women and men will become reversed. Women will take on the roles of men and men will take on the roles of women. The female companions, they knew that their places were in the home. Okay? The men, Allah says that men are the providers and maintainers over women. So the women, the female companions, didn't work outside of the home. Even Khadija, radiallahu anha, Khadija did not work outside of the home. She was a businesswoman, but she hired men to work for her. She stayed at home and took care of her children, and she hired men to handle meetings and stuff for her. So the female companions didn't deal with that type of stuff because that's a man's job. Allah didn't create women to stand up in front of people and do that. So that's why you have a hard time with that, because it's the nature of a woman to be shy. That's our nature. Allah created women to be shy. Allah created women, to overthink. That's why our role is to stay home. Men are the ones that can think fast on their feet. Men are the ones who don't have that type of shyness. So you're asking me, what can you do to overcome the nature of a female? I can't answer that, because you're asking me to tell you basically how to be a man. And that ain't my job, okay? Because I wouldn't want you to learn how to be a man, okay? You need to maintain your position as a woman. And maybe Allah is trying to tell you something. Maybe Allah is trying to tell you that you need to take your place at home where you belong, that you need to step back down into your position as a woman, okay? So, because we weren't created to do that. Do you think Aisha, radiallahu anha, stood up in front of a bunch of men and led them in meetings? No. Do you think Salama stood up in front of a team of men and led them in meetings? Nope, she didn't do that. Do you think Khadija did that? Nope. Hafsa? Nope. The female companions didn't do that. They were women. They were feminine. They were feminine warrior women. They were warriors, but they were feminine. They didn't try to reverse their roles. They were confident, but don't get it twisted. They were every bit of femininity. If they were living today and saw how we women have become man-like, they would think we were gay. They would ask, where are the women? So that's something that you got to figure out on your own, Sister Pearl. Maybe Allah is trying to tell you that you need to take your seat as a woman, because he didn't create you to stand up in front of men and lead them. Even the prophet said, a nation that appoints a woman as its leader will never succeed. So I can't help you with that. I'm a very confident woman, but I have a shyness. You will never find me standing up in front of a bunch of men leading. And why do you think I hang on to my computer? This is all you will ever see me do. All you will ever see me do is sit on a computer in my house and lecture. You will never see me stand up at a conference with a bunch of men talking, because that's not me. I am feminine. I have a natural shyness. I would be too ashamed to stand up and do that. Okay, that's not me. And Allah knows best. Okay, what else we got? That's the truth, Pearl. That's the best I can tell you. This, we got to take a step back. Female companions didn't do that stuff. They didn't do that. All right, let's see. Let's see what else.
Hello, salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. You got a question, brother?
A question. Where are you from?
No, not a personal question. You have a question about Islam?
Okay, no problem.
Do you have an Islamic question? This is my Islam Q&A show. Not a personal question. I'm not here to answer personal questions about me. But do you have a question about Islam that you like answered? I guess not. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Brother L, he said, what's the dalil or the evidence on coping with grief and the loss of a loved one in Islam? This is a very good question, guys. Allah wants us to get over it. One of the hardest things for us to accept is the loss of a loved one as Muslims. That's one of the hardest things. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said every nation of people has its fire worshipers. And the fire worshipers of this nation are those of us who fail to accept the decree of Allah. And accepting death is something that we struggle with. So that's why in Islam, Allah only gives us 3 days to get over it. 3 days to mourn the death of a loved one, except for a husband. And the only reason why Allah gives a woman 4 months and 10 days to mourn her husband is because of maintenance, because the husband's family is supposed to provide and maintain her during that time. That gives her 4 months to find a place to live and restart her life. Okay, but other than that, we have to, Allah only allows us 3 days to get over the death of someone. Okay, because nothing in this world is meant to last forever. Not you, not me, not a flower, not a tree. So we have to get over it. Okay, let it's gone. When a person dies, they're gone. That's it. You're going to feel sad about it. If the person was Muslim, you make dua. You ask Allah to forgive the person of their sins. And you can give in charity on behalf of that person and keep it moving. Okay? If the person that died was not a Muslim, you just let go. Let it go. Just say, well, he's gone and that's it. Try not to think about it anymore. But you have to let go. Shaitan will try to get you to think about that person and not let go. That's why you got to be careful of these pictures. That's why we don't have pictures of people hanging up on display, because Shaitan will use those pictures to keep you stuck in the past, to keep you remembering the good times, to keep you from moving forward in life. So Islam teaches us to move on, to accept that the person is gone. If it was a Muslim, make dua and keep it moving. And Allah knows best. All right? Okay. Okay, Sister Lotus says, what do I do with Christmas as a celebration with my family? You don't do anything with them. Christmas is a sacrilege. Excuse me? Assalamu alaikum. You have a question about Islam?
Yes.
Okay, what's your question?
No English.
Okay, well, unless it's in English, I can't help you.
English
Okay, what do you do in regards to Christmas? You do nothing, because Christmas is a sacrilege. We don't worship anyone other than Allah. So we don't take part in Christmas. When your family who are not Muslims celebrate Christmas, you tell them you take no parts in it. You don't take parts with the tree, with the gifts, or anything. That's one holiday you take no parts in at all, because it's a sacrilege. It's shirk. So you tell your family that you have nothing to do with Christmas. You have nothing to do with their gifts or anything else. During that time of year, you disassociate. During that time of the year, you let your family know that you are not available. Let them know that you are not available for them during that time of year. And Thanksgiving, the same thing. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving either. Remember, all of these holidays, we disassociate. Our allegiance is to Allah, to the religion of Islam. It's not to any of these pagan, non-Muslim holidays. So you have to let your non-Muslim family know that you are not available during any of their religious holidays. Let them know that you are not available during any of their holidays. If your family wants to bring you a plate of food, they can bring you a plate of food for for Thanksgiving, but you ain't coming to participate. But Christmas, you have nothing to do with at all. Christmas is sacrilege. But if your mother wants to drop you a plate of food off for Thanksgiving, that's different. You tell her you can bring the food, but I ain't coming over, Mom. But Christmas, you have nothing to do with at all. You understand? Brother Muhammad, do you have a question? Wa alaikum salam. You have a question?
Yes.
What's your question? What's your question? All right. Yeah, this is where your test is going to come from. My new shahadas, Allah is going to test y'all with these holidays. Your biggest test as a new shahada in regards to your family. Remember, we're doing the Mekkah Tafsir of Surah Ibrahim. That's why I want y'all to think about Prophet Abraham, alayhi salam. Because you're going to be tested with your family. Like Allah says in the Quran, do you think just because you say you believe in Allah is enough? He's going to test you with your family. And I want y'all to think about everything that we're learning about Prophet Abraham, alayhi salam, how he was tested with his family and how he passed his test. See if you can pass your test with your family during those holidays by putting Allah before them. Okay, like he did. He put Allah before his family, before his country. Okay. Okay, Sister Pamela, can you work in a place that makes energy drinks? There's nothing wrong with an energy drink, but can you work in a place that makes alcohol? No, because alcohol is a drug. Energy ain't a drug, but alcohol is. Remember the hadith where the prophet said Allah curses the one who makes the alcohol, who sells it, who buys it, who carries it, and all of that. So you cannot produce alcohol, but energy is not alcohol. Okay. So don't confuse energy with a drug. We can't work in a drug place. Not that kind of drug place anyway. Yeah, no alcohol. Good question too. Yeah, like a person working and making wine. No, we can't produce wine. We can't make wine. No. Yeah. Exactly. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, energy drinks, they just put caffeine. Caffeine is not a drug, guys. Caffeine is caffeine. That's not alcohol. Yeah. Sister Tina, reincarnation is haram. There's no such thing as no reincarnation, right? You know, as Muslims, we don't believe in no reincarnation. That's paganry. Tina, you know that's a pagan, right? That's not the belief system of a Muslim. Reincarnation is garbage. Allah doesn't reincarnate nobody. You know that's garbage. You're a Muslim, right? There's no reincarnation. Allah does not say that he sends us back as no mouse, no cockroach, or no cow. There ain't no reincarnation. That's paganry. Okay? No reincarnation in Islam. All right. Yeah, those Hindus believe in that reincarnation too. All of that stuff is haram. That's all shirk. That's paganry. That type of stuff will put you in hell. Believing in that stuff is what damns you to hell. There is no reincarnation. You ain't coming back as no cockroach. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Tina, alcohol is haram. That's a drug. Intoxicants. Allah says in the Quran, all intoxicants are haram. We don't drink. No intoxicants, no alcohol, no drugs, no marijuana, no opium, no hashish, tobacco. What is that? No nicotine, none of that stuff. No crack, crank, none of that stuff. Drugs are haram. No alcohol, people. All new shahadas, no alcohol. That's haram. Wine, none of that. That's all haram. Y'all need to let that go. Yes, no wine either. No beer. Anything with alcohol. It's haram. Caffeine is not alcohol. Caffeine is okay. Sheedy, you have a question? Do you have a question, Sheedy? You have a question? No cigarette smoking either. Exactly. Smoking cigarettes is haram. Nicotine is the worst drug. It's easier to stop smoking crack than it is nicotine. Yeah. Sheedy, what type of question is that? What do you mean is Islam for black people too? Why would you ask, are you a Muslim? That's a stupid question. You must not be a Muslim, huh? Sheedy, this is an Islam Q&A for Muslims. Okay, well, you got the wrong room. This is an Islam Q&A for Muslims. I don't waste my time with non-Muslims because non-Muslims ask ridiculous questions like that. And I don't have time for stupidity. You want to learn about Islam? There's a lot of mosques to learn from. I don't have time to teach people that's not too intelligent. Sorry, you got the wrong room. Yeah, that shows you're not too intelligent. Thank you. All right. Okay, so let's get to what this special topic was about that Brother Adam chose for this week. He wanted to know about the names of Allah. And by the way, guys, Sheedy, you can get out of the box because you're not a Muslim, number one, and my dawah was for Muslims, not for shady people who are not too intelligent. Thank you. All right. He wanted to know about the names of Allah and why it's so important for us to know or learn the names of Allah. And one of the reasons why it's so important for us as Muslims to learn the names of Allah is learning the names of Allah will, number one, help to strengthen our relationship with Allah. You want to get close to Allah, you need to learn about Him. And the best way to learn about Allah is by learning His names, because learning about His names helps to tell us about Him. It gives us a better and a deeper understanding as to what and who Allah is, because it tells us, it gives us an idea as to what Allah is capable of. So it strengthens our relationship with Him. It causes us to develop a deep love for Him. Okay, and that's what we need, is that love for Him. And then it also causes us to develop a fear of His anger And when you fear his anger, it'll make you think twice before you disobey him. And that way you will spend each day of your life doing the things that will please him in hopes of earning his love, earning his acceptance, and in turn, fulfilling your purpose, the purpose that you were created to fulfill. So, one of the questions that the new Shahadas sent to me, and this is the first question that they sent. They said one of Allah's names is Ar-Rahman. And they wanted to know if Allah is merciful and if his mercy supersedes his anger, why does he not show it? They say what is meant by this question is, with all the suffering that's going on in the world today, one would think that Allah is more vengeful than he is merciful. So why is it that Allah does not show his mercy more? This is a typical question that you may hear a lot of people ask. And the reality is, Allah does show his mercy. He shows his mercy more than he does his wrath. It's just that as human beings, look at us. We're the ones that's arrogant. We take his mercy for granted. We take for granted the fact that we wake up each morning. The fact that you woke up, that was Allah's mercy. The fact that you got hands, you have feet, you have eyes to see with, that's Allah's mercy. The fact that the sun rose today, that was his mercy. The fact that it rained last night, that was his mercy. The fact that you have food to eat, you have running water, you have a bathtub, you have a washer, you have a dryer, you have a car, you have internet. That's all his mercy. The fact that only certain parts of the world are going through war, not the entire world yet, that's his mercy. Allah shows more mercy than he does anything. But how many of us take the time to think about that? If we were to sit down and count how merciful Allah is, we wouldn't be able to enumerate it, because that's just how we are as humans. So he does show more mercy to us. Subhanallah. And then that brings us to the second question. Why does Allah allow people to suffer? Subhanallah. Allah answers that question himself. Allah tells us in the Quran why he sends war, why he sends calamities. He tells us he has to send calamities. He has to. If he didn't send war, if he didn't send tornadoes, if he didn't send earthquakes to cleanse the earth, then the earth will become overpowered by corrupt, bad people. He sends these calamities to cleanse the earth of the bad Lailas, the bad Abdullahs, the bad people. That's also from Allah's mercy. See how merciful Allah is? And what may be suffering, what may appear to be suffering to you, may be a blessing to someone else. Because Allah says that He sends calamities to cleanse the earth of corrupt people. But He also sends those calamities to offer the good people something better than all the filth that's here, which is His presence, and something better than this here. So what may be a suffering to you, a loss of life to you, may be something good for that person that you are mourning. Y'all understand that? So that's why Allah does what He does. Like I was saying earlier, as believers, we never ask why Allah does what He does, because you will never understand why Allah does what He does. But that's just the nature of man, to want to think that he can figure things out, to want to think that he can know things. But Allah knows best, and we know less. And on the day of judgment, all of us are going to have our one-on-one with Allah. And He'll explain it all to us. But Allah is more merciful than anything. It's just that we are too arrogant to see it. And what may be a suffering to you may be something good to someone else. So those were the first two questions that really got me from these new shahadas. And I hope that the way I answered them makes sense. Okay? And also, here's another question that I really wanted to get to. One of the shahadas said, is it true that if a person memorizes all of the names of Allah by heart, that they will get paradise? Yes, that hadith is authentic, but to memorize does not mean to just memorize how to pronounce them. The Arabic word that translates into English for memorize also means to act upon it. To not just memorize how to say them, but to act upon, to implement. If a person memorizes and implements those names in his or her personal life, the Prophet said, I can only guarantee you paradise then. So it's not just singing the names of Allah, but understanding what those names mean and applying them in your everyday life. Does everybody understand that? So you have to implement them. Allah is the Most High. Do you understand what that means? That means putting Him above everyone, including your children, including your wives, including your love for money. Okay? Allah is the all-knowing. That means understanding that He knows more than even you. He knows what you don't know. He knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Okay? Understanding that and living that. So it's not just learning what those names are, but understanding the meaning of each one of those names and acting upon it, living it. If you can do that, then yes, you get nothing but paradise. And Allah knows best. Next question. This is from Brother Bilal. Brother Bilal wanted to know, Sister Laila, are there more names other than the 99 that we learn? And if so, why has Allah not mentioned all of his names to us? Why did he just limit himself to those 99? Of course, there's more. Why did he only share these 99? Only he can answer that. That's a question that you can ask him on the day of judgment. But yes, there's other names of Allah. What those names are, only he knows. And on the day of judgment, you can ask him as to what those names are and ask him why he didn't tell them to us. Next question, also from Brother Bilal. He says, Sister Laila, is learning all of Allah's names, that the 99 names, is this an obligation, like learning how to pray? No, it's not an obligation like learning how to pray, but it's something that we strongly encourage. Because the more that you learn of Allah through his names, the closer your relationship with him will become, the stronger your connection to him will become, and the better you will be able to handle the trials of life. And Allah knows best, Brother Bilal. Now, this next question is from Sister Amira, and I really like the way she asked this question. She says, Sister Laila, one of the names of Allah that I have a hard time understanding the meaning of is the hidden, El-Batin. Can you explain how Allah is El-Batin, the hidden? This is a good question. Think of the reality. Think of the fact that Allah is hidden from sight. He is the hidden. None of us can see him. Although we cannot see him, he's hidden from our sight. He still exists. Although his throne is hidden, although his stool is hidden, he still exists. Okay? When we pray, we imagine that we are standing in his presence, even though he's hidden from our presence. We still imagine that we're standing in his presence. El-Batin, El-Batin, the hidden. Okay? Even though his paradise is hidden from our sight, it's not hidden from our mind. It's not hidden from our hearts. El-Batin. See it? You get where I'm going with this, Amira? Allah, even though his knowledge is hidden, the knowledge of him he has shared with us. Though all of his knowledge he has not shared. El-Batin. You see where I'm going with that? He is the hidden, not seen with the human eye, but we can feel him in our heart. Okay? Hidden from sight, but not hidden from your heart, not hidden from your mind. El-Batin, the hidden. You get it, Amira? You see what I'm saying now? I'm looking to see what you type. MashaAllah. You got it? Hidden from sight, but not from mind. El-Batin. All right. Okay, next question. This is from Sister Sarah. Explain El-Bayt. El-Bayt, the infuser of new life. El-Bayt. Sister Sarah, that's another one of Allah's names. Imagine a year ago, you were at a different place. You were in a different state of mind. You were living a different lifestyle on a different plateau. Imagine where you were a year ago and compare where you are today. Your life has taken a different change. Your life has taken a different turnover. Your priorities have changed. Your priorities have shifted. Your goals have shifted. Why? Because of El-Bayt. Allah, He has infused you, infused your life, and caused it to change. Your life has shifted to something totally new, a new beginning, inshallah, with a better end, all because of El-Bayt, all because you see things differently. Allah, El-Bayt, the infuser, the shifter of a new life. You understand now? You get it now? Your life has changed. Your goals have changed. Your direction has changed. You're no longer the party girl. You take life more serious now. El-Bayt. Why? Because of El-Bayt. You got it? Exactly. Yeah, you missed my classes? Okay. Yeah, Brother Edward said he misses when I used to teach this class. Yeah, I used to teach this class. Maybe I need to go back to teaching it, huh? Y'all miss my names of my names of Allah class when I would break these names down with you guys like this? Yeah. Okay, here's another question from the new Shahadas. Oh my goodness. Okay. Did the companions, this is from one of the new Shahadas, did the companions learn all of the names of Allah? I can tell you this, guys, the companions understood Allah's names. The companions understood Allah's names and attributes. That's why their aqidah was sound. That's why they were upon the best That's why they were the best in their belief. They were the best in their practice. Okay? They understood what it meant to believe in Allah. That's why their faith was the strongest. They understood the implications of Allah's names and attributes. Exactly. Exactly. All right. Okay, any other questions? Okay, Sister Tina, she's asking about fruit. Sister Tina, we're not talking about fruit. Fruit does not contain alcohol. Let me make the correction there. Fruit does not contain alcohol. Fruit produces alcohol. Fruit makes alcohol if it's fermented. Do you understand, Tina? Let's get these facts straight. Let's get these facts straight. No. Let's get it together, Muslims. Fruit does not contain alcohol. Fruit, if fermented, produces alcohol. Let's get it straight. Let's not be ignorant. Okay, let's not play those type of ignorant games, guys. Okay, let's not do that. I know the Prophet talked about how we Muslims are ignorant. We don't have the intelligence that the Christians have. Let's not go there. That is not what we're talking about. No. Sister Tina, you know what intoxicants are. Let's make it plain, simple, African-American English so nobody gets it twisted. You know what drugs and intoxicants are. A fruit is not an intoxicant. Y'all know what dope is. Y'all know what drugs are. You don't get high off of fruit, but you do get high off of alcohol. You do get high off of marijuana. You get high off of crack and crank. Let's not play these games. This is the problem with this nation today. We like to play games. We like to make things haram. That's not. Let's not play that silly game. You guys know what drugs are. Come on, people. Don't let the non-Muslims think we're as ignorant as they say we are, that we don't know what drugs are. We think an apple is an intoxicant. Come on, don't give the Kafirs the satisfaction of calling us stupid. You know what a drug is, Tina. And you know an orange and an apple is not an intoxicant. You know the difference between drinking some alcohol and eating an apple or an orange or a grape. Come on now, let's not get stupid. We Muslims got to stop playing these stupid games, because you ain't fooling Allah and you ain't fooling nobody but yourself. And I'm speaking to all the Muslims listening to me. These are the signs of the last hour. Y'all see what the Prophet's talking about in that hadith. He said, you Muslims of the later generations will do the same thing that the Jews did. Sister Tina, this hadith is from Sahih Muslim. You Muslims will do what the Jews did. You will use flimsy science. He said, you will use flimsy science as a means of making things lawful that Allah made haram, and making things haram that Allah made lawful, just like the Jews did. And may Allah curse them for that, and you too. That's what the Prophet said. That's the hadith. Now you're going to use science, flimsy science, like the Jews did, which caused them to be cursed to this day, to try to make an apple haram so you can drink alcohol. How ridiculous can we get? Just like those simple Jews did. Y'all see how Islam speaks the truth, how our prophet Muhammad spoke the truth. He was talking about this generation, and y'all see how ridiculous we are. So now you're going to say, well, apple has alcohol in it, a grape has alcohol in it, because studies from science written by Jews and Zionists say that a piece of apple got alcohol. So let me go buy some Boone's Hillbilly wine and get drunk. Let me go smoke some crack and crank. Let me go lick a toad. Let me go snort some crack, some cocaine. And let me go eat some pecans, because the flimsy Jew said that Zionists said that nutmeg, if you eat a large amount of nutmeg, you know, you're going to get high, so I can go lick a toad. See how simple we are. This is what the prophet was talking about. Bottom line, Sister Tina, fruit is not haram, but alcohol is. And if you don't know the difference between alcohol and an apple, I can't save you. Only one that can save you is yourself. You agreeing with me, Chris, whoever this Chris is? Chris, you know the difference between alcohol and an apple? Chris?
Yeah, one of them you eat, the other one you drink.
Okay, Sister Tina, alcohol is haram. Allah says intoxicant. The word that Allah uses is intoxicant. You know what intoxicant is? It means it makes you high. Okay? I don't think you're going to get high off of apple, but you do get high off of alcohol. Okay? Okay, any other questions? Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and by the way, guys, I want y'all to remember that Islam ain't based on studies. Islam is not based on science. Islam is based on only two sources, the Quran and the Hadith. It's not based on nothing else. If you don't base your facts on the Quran and the Hadith, Islam don't want to hear it. Y'all got that? Okay. Okay. Sister Tina, the Prophet Muhammad said, even if it's a little bit of alcohol, it's haram. We cannot drink anything that has alcohol in it. Do you get it, Tina? Alcohol is haram, Tina. You can't use alcohol. It's just that simple. Stay away from alcohol. Stay away from drugs. Say no to drugs. Say no to sex. Say no to that stuff. That's just that simple. Sister Tina, fruit ain't got nothing to do with alcohol. If you don't know the difference between fruit and alcohol, like I told you, I can't help you. I can't help you, Tina. You're lost. Okay? Okay, any other questions, guys? There's nothing wrong with apples. You can eat fruit. Anybody can eat any fruit you want, but you cannot drink alcohol. Period. Dot. Any other questions? And by the way, guys, before we end for tonight, I'm going to pose the same proposition or the same offer to you guys that I posed to the brother. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm going to pose the same offer that I posed to brother Adam. If you guys would like to have a special Q&A on whatever topic that you want, make a donation for $50. Make a $50 donation, and you'll be able to pick whatever topic you want. Okay? And I'll focus the Q&A on whatever topic that you want. Okay? Okay, whatever topic that you want. And please support this dawah effort, guys. Remember, we are a nonprofit organization. All of your donations will go to help pay our website expenses. You can donate using Cash App or PayPal, or you can donate using Zelle. And please, guys, we need your donations next week. We're going to need 300 more. What is this, the 18th? Yeah, we're going to need $300 more for next week's donations. We're going to need $300 more for next week's donations. So please donate. And by the way, any questions from GOAT? Brother GOAT, did you have any questions? Brother GOAT? And by the way, Mina, I just figured out how to take them down. I'm sorry. I just figured out how to do it. All this time, I just figured it out. Brother GOAT, did you have a question? I'm sorry. Yeah, did he have one? Any other questions from in there in that Bigo program? Yeah, y'all had some good questions today. All the questions were good. I still don't understand why Tina don't know the difference between fruit and alcohol. I can't help her. She usually understands everything, but she couldn't get that together. But other than that, any other questions from in here? What about Zoom? Were there any questions in Zoom? There weren't any in Zoom?
No.
Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah. Let me check. I'm checking now because I didn't even look on here, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, I answered it. I answered that one too. Okay. I got all those questions too. And y'all see this? I feel like okay, I see it. There you are, A-Kiss. Yeah, you got to be careful with them with your sugar when you're eating all that. Okay, guys, tomorrow is Saturday. Tomorrow, do we have Sister? What's her name tomorrow? Sister Aya. Awa. Is she tomorrow? Did we have her last week, y'all? Did we? Is anybody in Zoom?
I'm in here, but I don't know. She was here last week.
She was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we don't have her this week. Okay, tomorrow we have my class at 6:30, and we have Dr. Dramali. And then, no, we don't have my class tomorrow. We have Dr. Dramali, and we have my class at 9:30. Yes, the Mecca-Siddiq Tafsir of Ibrahim, alayhi salam. That's tomorrow. Okay, so I want to, and remember, guys, if you'd like to make a donation, did we get any? Did any of you make a donation? Let me check. Hold on. Did any of y'all make a donation and I don't know about it to get that your special topic? And I didn't see it. Let me see. Oh, Latifah, did you want a special topic? Latifah, I see you did one. Did you want a special topic?
I was just donating. I really hadn't thought about any topic, but I'll give it some thought.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want a special topic, let me know. I see you made a donation. Okay.
If not, my donation, if somebody got one, they can use my donation because I really can't think of anything right now.
Okay. Okay. And oh, Sister Lotus, you want to ask about? Yeah, Sister Tina, you didn't make. Okay, yeah, Sister Tina, you better be back tomorrow, Tina. We got the 6:30 class tomorrow, Tina. No, not 6:30. We got Jamali's class tomorrow, Tina, and my class at 9:30. Lotus is asking, should I skip the Christmas specials? What Christmas specials? What's up with you and Christmas, Lotus? Leave that Christmas stuff alone, Lotus. Yeah, leave that stuff alone. No more Christmas. Christmas special. No more Christmas. Lotus, Christmas is over. Watch Ramadan stuff. Yeah, skip all that Christmas stuff, Lotus. Inshallah. Okay, guys, inshallah, this was a good Q&A. Next week is going to be Sister Mina. And I'm going to tell y'all, Mina's topic is about what to do. Her topic is about what to do with your family when your family is not Muslim and they want to control you. I got to figure her topic out. Her topic is going to be about what to do when your family is Muslim or not Muslim and they want to control you or something. We're going to work on her topic. Hers is next week going to be on that. All right. So inshallah, make sure everybody's here tomorrow. Please support this dawah effort, guys. We need your donations for next week. Okay. We need another 300 for next week. Please make sure you donate using Cash App or PayPal or Zelle. Zelle is best because they don't take out no fees for that. Yeah, your family's controlling, Tina. That way you're gonna love Mina's, because that's what Mina's is about. I gotta work on hers. I'm gonna put a jingle together for hers, inshallah. Yeah. Okay, guys, so I'll see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. I love you all for the sake of Allah. Tina, good job. Just figure out that fruit. We talking about getting high, Tina. We ain't talking about natural alcohol. We talking about unnatural alcohol. Okay. We talking about unnatural. All right. Okay, I'll see y'all tomorrow, inshallah. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum. See y'all tomorrow.